Hey guys, good night, morning. Let me take this gum out because y'all know I'll be on here be smacking all in y'all ear. Good night, morning, afternoon, whatever time zone you in. I greet you with the love of God. Okay, guys, so let's get into this word. So this actually came from a prophetic dream that I had, and I was sitting with the Lord, and He gave me the interpretation, and He wanted me to come and talk to you guys about this dream. So, in this particular dream, I was in a laundromat. Okay, it was a really big laundromat. It was really white. The room was really white. Okay, and I was in one. There were two rooms. Okay, so the first room I was in, I was with some people that were dressed in black. They almost like secret agents. Okay, now usually when somebody's dressed in all black and something, it can determine like some suspect stuff going on, but not in this dream. There was a man that was telling me, go go into the next room, go forth and go perform deliverance. So in the dream, I was just kind of fighting with him, saying no, and I wouldn't go. He was like, go now, go into the room. You shall be successful. Basically letting me know I shall be successful. So I went into, after I fought with the man, this man, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so let me tell the dream first, and then I'll give the interpretation. So then I walked through this hallway, and it's kind of like a U, like this entire building was shaped like a U. So I walked in kind of a U format, and I went into the next room that was next door. Okay, it was right next to the the room I was in before. I went into the next room, and as I went into the next room, I began to pray and release prophetic words and deliver the people that was in the next room. Okay, so after that had happened, basically I was received well, right? Because in the dream I was like kind of fighting about going into the next room. I'm just like, I don't want to do it. I thought that was gonna be met with a lot of resistance in the deliverance, and actually it didn't happen like that. When I went in, it was completely fine. I was able to release the word. There wasn't a lot of pushback, demonic pushback. God is definitely dropping revelation even now into my spirit. God is so good. And as I went to the room, people were delivered and set free, and so forth and so on. And then for me, that was the portion of the dream that God wanted me to share. Okay, so the first part, oh, Jesus is dropping revelation. Thank you, God. So the first part of the dream where I was in the room with two other people, those represented angels. Okay, because when the man was telling me to go, God is with you, go into the next room, this was an angel, you guys. And the reason I could tell that it was an angel is because first, God is telling me yes, it was an angel, and two, this person spoke with authority that reminded me of heaven. When this person spoke to me to go, it was more so, if it reminded me of Gideon. This reminded me of when Gideon was in the threshing I believe he was in the threshing floor. No, not threshing floor, but he was tending to the crops, right? And the angel comes, said, mighty man of valor, the Lord is with you. And it kind of felt like a moment like that. And I was kind of reluctant to go because I'm just like, I don't want to have to deal with the warfare. And you guys know I talk about this all the time about not accepting certain titles. I know, like, for instance, I know that I am a prophet. And I was kind of reluctant to accept that title as a prophet because I was just like, Lord, it's a lot of warfare that comes with being prophetic and being a prophet, and not just being prophetic, but actually like having the title in the spirit as prophet. I knew that there was going to be a lot of warfare that came along with it. And you guys know me, I'm not much for titles, but I am a person that respects the title of whatever God gives a person. So if a person is called, if God calls that person apostle or that person a prophet, I do respect the position that they was put in, and that's biblical. God tells us to give honor where honor is due, and he tells us to respect those who he has placed in authority. With that being said, that's how it is. So the angel was telling me, he told me, go, you need to go into the he told me to go into the next room. Okay, and so for a lot of you guys, this going into the next room represents God saying elevation. elevation, because as I went into this room began to shine with a heavenly glow, almost like God's presence was in the room and he was almost like ready to meet me there. Okay, so not only does God want you to know that you're about to transition into a new level, it represented a new level, because I was in this laundry room washing clothes, right? And then it went, and anything when it has to do like with washing or anything, there it's usually like representing like a new level, a washing of the old. Washing clothes at that means washing of the old. When Lazarus came out the grave, God told him to remove his clothes. When Esther went before not Esther, but when Ruth went before Boaz, Naomi told her to wash herself and change her clothes and make herself basically presentable to Boaz, right? And so it was a changing and washing of the old. Okay, so I was transitioning from one place to the next. Okay, so in this dream I went into the next room. I went into the next room in this dream. Okay, and as I was going into the next room, I was going into a hallway and then going into the room which represented elevation. And I was expecting the worst case scenario. I thought that I was going to be dealing with somebody that was full on demon possessed and having to really deal with like these demons or whatever, right? In the dream, I began to pray over people and cast demons out, and these people begin to receive deliverance. Okay, and they received me well. Jesus. So I began to go into the room, and as I begin to pray for people, it's almost like this room had this radiant glow of heaven. That's all I can explain it as. The room was just really, really white. Okay, it was other stuff in the room and other people in the room, and as I was praying, people began to get set free and delivered and things of that sort. Okay, so what God is saying to his people through this dream is go forth. God is with you. God is saying you are ready. So the Lord is sending you guys forth, whether it be into like whatever he's called you to do, whatever ministry told you to do, whatever business, whatever God is telling you to do, you're going into a new level. You are at a new level now. You are no longer at the same level you were spiritually. God has lifted you, because it's almost like when I went in immediately, as I began to speak, the demons begin to flee, the people begin to be set free, and so forth and so on. And so after that happened, basically people were set free. So God is letting you know, go forth. God is with you. Go forth. God is with you. All right. Bye, guys.